Okay, Brett, before we left, I said something about an old New Orleans classic. You know, this dish has been an all-time favorite of mine since the very first time my lips touched it. You know, it's one of those things that's got lots and lots of flavor, and what you're doing to it has transformed it. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Oh, well, Muffuletta, like you said, classic New Orleans sandwich. Italian immigrants started it in New Orleans, and essentially you have the star of the show, the star of the sandwich, is this beautiful olive and pickled vegetable condiment topping.
So to speak, yeah.
And you've got cauliflower and carrot and pepperoni, olives all chopped up in a vinaigrette that just soaks up into the bread, and that's what makes the sandwich.
You know, that's great because on a true Muffuletta, they use an olive tapenade and then they put a gardeniera on it, and you've just mixed the gardeniera and the olive tapenade together. We're ready to go. That's fantastic.
I have you can see I've got a deboned turkey breast.
If deboning a turkey breast is a little more than you want to attempt, you know, the guys that work in our butcher department or the chefs in our store will be more than happy to debone the turkey for you.
It's a little more than I want to do. Your chefs helped me with this one. So
good.
So we're ready to go. This is 3 or 4 pound, and just buy what you think is going to serve your family, and flatten that out. Get it all unrolled. Be careful to keep your skin intact, because when you roll it up, you want that nice skin on the outside.
Absolutely.
So we're going to take our Muffuletta salad here, and we're going to spoon it right over top.
Man, that looks great.
And then just spread it out to the edges. You want a nice even layer. Then we're going to take some provolone, classic part of the sandwich, and we're going to lay that out over top. And you just want, again, a thin layer, cover the olive salad.
Now, the fact that you're using turkey blows my mind, because in a traditional muffuletta, it has salami and ham.
That's a good point. All Italian meats that are full of
good
spices,
amounts of fat.
Yeah,
and fat. And I never would have thought of using turkey.
And you know what? We're doing a Thanksgiving theme here and trying to show new ways to use these products.
And that's great.
The provolone adds a good amount of moisture and fat to the turkey, which is naturally lean.
Right, absolutely.
Over top the provolone, we've got some prosciutto.
Some of my favorite stuff.
Beautiful prosciutto. It's nice and thin. And then I go over top with this.
You know, prosciutto is basically an Italian version of an American country ham, cured a little bit differently, but very salty in taste. The texture is very similar.
Yeah, and so this is where we're tying in the Italian meats to the turkey, and I like to do it this way here because the prosciutto actually ends up holding everything in as you roll it.
Right, keeps the cheese from oozing out and everything.
So I finish with that. Nice. You don't have to be perfect. It's all going to be on the inside.
This looks like it's going to be a pizza.
Yeah, we're going to roll this up.
All right.
Good lead into the roll. Now this is where it's again. The presentation makes it look like it's harder than it is, but we're just going to roll it up jelly roll style.
Oh, great!
You could even just go the ends in, but you know we'll do it this way here.
I do the same thing with pork loins.
Keep it nice and tight.
Now, did you once they had butterflied that turkey breast out and deboned it? Did you pound it or flatten it in any way before you started?
A little bit, just to get it just extra flat and make it.
Shouldn't need a whole
nice
lot.
And neat. No, I'm sure that butcher does a good job.
Yeah, they do a great job.
And so once you have this all wrapped up like that, tuck it in on the ends. Kind of make sure it's all looking like a nice.
I see what you're talking about that skin.
Nice package, yeah.
You're going to put a little salt and pepper on that.
We are. We're actually going to tie it up first. Once we tie it up, we're going to brush it with some olive oil.
Great. Now that skin is going to get nice and crispy. Am I correct in that?
Absolutely.
Great.
So.
You know,
tying it up is one of those other things that looks more complicated than it is, or than it really needs to be.
It really does look a lot more complicated than it needs to be.
You just take that twine underneath, give it a knot, and there's all kinds of fancy French techniques for doing this.
Yeah, they loop and pull, and pull.
You just want to get a good knot, hold it with your finger. You know, if you're good, if you're a Boy Scout and you want to do a slip knot, go for it.
That'd be fine.
There you go, and then take it down an inch or so, inch or two. And then just loop it around again underneath. Take it back up, tie it. Let me get some twine off of here.
You know, it really looks complicated. It takes a few minutes of your time to do, but it's well worth it to do it. You know, a lot of people will just tie in circles. It's worth it to bring it down the whole length of the turkey. It's going to hold it together better. Keep it from coming out.
You want to have an even cook along the way, so
exactly.
It's very helpful. So, again, we'll just come underneath.
Probably
do another knot.
3-4 ties there, and we're going to be good.
3-4 ties, yeah. We'll just pretend we did it here in this last one. And again, just pull. And then on the last one, just take it all the way underneath across the whole length.
Bring it down under the bottom.
And bring it back up to the top. And then just tie it to the first one.
That's the same thing I do every time I tie one of these
And
things.
so you do that, you give it a nice pull. You'll see I'm wearing my gloves. It just makes cleanup nice and easy.
It does, and it's never a bad thing to wear gloves when you're prepping food.
Absolutely. So we're ready to go. You can see everything is tied in nice and tight. We're going to give it a brush with some olive oil.
Some olive oil.
Right over top. And that's to help with the skin, getting a nice brown, getting it nice and crispy.
Right. You know, the skin on turkey and chicken is probably my favorite part of the beast.
And a little bit goes a long way. So
yeah, it does.
You have everything in moderation. That's my
does.
philosophy. So we're going to season the outside with some salt and pepper. And I didn't need to season the inside because that Muffuletta olive salad is full of seasoning and the salt and pepper. And that's going to actually season from the inside out.
Yes.
So a little bit of salt and pepper on the outside.
And I think our viewers will be amazed at how much of that flavor actually gets into the flavor of the turkey, into the meat of the turkey itself.
That goes onto a roasting pan. I like to put it on a rack, just elevated. It helps get the air circulating underneath for more even cooking.
Absolutely.
And browning. I put a little splash of water in the bottom just so the drippings don't burn. Right, there you go. And then into the oven, that's going to go. I think we have one
temperature on the
oven? The oven, I like to start it at 425 and then kick it down to about 350, 375. The higher temperature up front helps to start with the browning.
Man, Brett, this looks absolutely magnificent.
Look at that.
I tell you, I don't think it could be much better than that.
So I have a nice clean board here on which to cut.
We've got a meat fork over here that we can utilize to...
We're going to transfer that right onto the board.
Yeah.
Nice crispy skin, you could hear it. We'll cut that rope.
Man, that looks beautiful. Look how that held together. The skin is perfectly browned, and the smell is just incredible. There's a little piece of fat there I think I'm going to grab in a few minutes.
All right, so we're going to cut into this and see what we've got. We should have a nice spiral effect with the
Now we are going to let that rest normally.
Oh, of course.
15 minutes. That allows the juices to come back down and the flavor to really full, and it keeps it nice and moist for you.
And you'll just see when we cut into that what you've got. So we'll do a few slices here.
That's amazing.
And I like to serve this family style, so I serve it right on the board.
Right on the board.
I got a couple nice thick slices.
Just pass the board around and let everybody take what they want.
And we're good to go. And you can see the cheese is melted.
Oh my gosh.
The prosciutto is rolled up in there. You can see that, but kind of open that up like this. Put the fork on the board. I like to drape a little bit of that extra prosciutto. People love to pick on that. And then these are some reserved marinade. Can you tilt
some of the pan drippings from here?
Tilt the pan drippings in there.
Sure. And this is the marinade off the olives.
That's it. We don't like to drain that off and get rid of it. We drain it, we save it, we put it to use. There's tons
so
of
much
flavor in
flavor.
there. And we'll spoon that right over top of this meat like this. And you're ready to bring it to the table.
Wow. Let me hold that up where everybody can see it. I'm going to go this way so they can see the inside of that. Doesn't that look great? I tell you, I'm ready to start eating it right now.
It's Muffuletta like you've probably never seen.
You know, on a sandwich the day after Thanksgiving, that's got my name written all over it.
I'm with you.
Brett, it looks fantastic.
Thank you.
After the break, Brett is doing a dish that just might cause body shivers. I mean, full body shivers. But first, it's time to announce the winner of our Cooking with Kroger sweepstakes.